Hi guys, the Middle Maniac back again, and in this video, I'm going to be listing off my top 10 favorite monsters and creatures from album artwork. So let's begin. At number 10 is the zombie from the cover of Eaten Back to Life by Cannibal Corpse. Um, this is probably the most interesting zombie of their entirety of their album art. I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess, it's just so absurd of a concept of a zombie just eating himself to stay alive, like just tearing at his like guts and stuff and just trying to eat himself. But yeah, it's just a really cool design. Although I wish there was a full, like a taller image, because you would think that, oh, this is just like the, sort of doctored version for the, to make it smaller for the CD, image. But no, even the vinyl version, even the full artwork, which actually there's a picture of the full artwork, hold on. Even the full artwork, though, has the picture cut off at the forehead. Where is it? No, that's an. There we go. So you can kind of see way down there. That's the full artwork. Even then, the picture cuts off here. But yeah, just a really cool design. Awesome zombie design. Oh, hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's at number 10. Alright, number 9. Number 9 is the Grim Reaper from the first Grim Reaper album. I know a lot of people like the design of the Grim Reaper from the third Grim Reaper album, and that's a really cool design too, although that, for me, that's a little tad, like, the face is a little, the design for the face on that one's a tad bit over-exaggerated. But I love this one, the simplicity of this one, how the Grim Reaper is on a horse, and that gigantic scythe, is really cool. And I love how the Grim Reaper's face is mostly obscured in shadow, and you could kind of see the skeletal features, but like it's kind of also obscured in shadow. And I also love how the eye sockets are glowing. That's really cool. But yeah, this is at number 9. Alright, at number 8. Number 8 is the winged demon from the artwork on the cover of the Death Album 3 by Death Clock. Now, one reason I really like the design is the overall silhouette. I like the horns, like the hair, the wings. Also, the silhouette of it, the fact that you can't really see any fine details and it's just a blacked out silhouette for the most part, just leaves the person who's looking at it, leaves it up to their imagination to fill in the details that aren't really there, which is really awesome. But yeah, just a really cool design, and I love how a lot of it's not really that detailed, it's just a silhouette, so you can just, in your head, picture the actual, like, every single detail that it could have. But yeah, that's at number 8. Alright, number 7. Number 7 is the version of Murray from the last Dio album, Master of the Moon. This is my favorite version of Murray, by the way. Even though his classic design is pretty cool, I kind of dislike how he doesn't really have that much features in the face. Whereas this one, and he just kind of looks like a plain, like, muscle-bound dude, just a demon head. But this one, I like this one because it's a lot more detailed. Um, And I just love his new design on this thing, and I love how the blue light of the moon just cascades on his form, and he's like holding the shattered moon. Just a really cool image. Um, I don't know why I showed the back, but I'm talking about the actual character. Anyway, I don't know why I showed the. But yeah, just a really cool design. All right, number. All right, at number 5. Oh, sorry, number 6 actually. At number 6 is the Lich Wizard creature thing from the cover of Space 1992 by Gloryhammer. It's just another really awesome design. I love how they mix sort of the classic sort of medieval Lich slash Necromancer design with more of a futuristic design as well. Like the Lich slash Necromancer design, for the most part, is within the armor and the robes and the actual hands and the staff, and then they mix in the futuristic design with this cool sort of space masks slash helmet thing that he's wearing. It's just really cool. Um, but yeah, that's at number 6. All right, number 5. Number 5 is uh, the devil from the cover of Show No Mercy by Slayer. Yeah, the action figure of him says the Minotaur, but that's not the actual official name. I guess either Slayer or whoever was whatever. I guess it was not. I don't think it was Slayer. I think it was like the actual company of the who made the actual figure of this guy. Wimped out and changed the name from the devil to the Minotaur. Um, but yeah, it's a really cool design. You can see it better up on the back. Um, it's just a really cool design. I love how the cape's flowing down. He's holding a sword. But yeah, just overall really cool design. I really wish they kept him on a couple other covers instead of just having him on this one. But yeah, that's at number 5. At number 4. Number 4 is, I guess, yeah, I'll go for it. The main zombie. The main zombie on the cover of Scream Bloody Gore by the band Death. Well, the side zombies on here look pretty good. I love the design of the main zombie. How he looks a lot more. He looks a little bit more of a flesh. Like he's a little bit more flesh on his face, and then he has one eye. Um, and he has hair as well. I love the purple robe to distinguish him from his lackeys or his, minions or whatever. He's in a throne too, which is cool. I love the design of the throne that he's on. But yeah, that's at number, was it 4 now? Yep, number 4. Alright, number 3. Number 3 is the mechanical locust creature from the album A Time of Changes by Blitzkrieg. This creature very much reminds me of those mechanical bugs from the original Galaga game. The original Galaga arcade game. One of my favorite video games, by the way. But yeah, it just reminds me so much of the design of those bug creatures from that game. And they would go on to just absolutely overhaul this original design going forward with their other releases, which I don't understand. This looks really cool. Yeah, certain iterations of the later versions of this creature look pretty cool as well. They just overhauled it so much at one point to the point where it doesn't resemble the same thing whatsoever anymore. Yeah, basically later on they gave, like, it's this insect creature, they gave him, like, buff arms and stuff, which looks very stupid. Until they, like, at one point they gave him buff, it's the same creature, but then they gave him buff arms for some reason, and then later on, when they overhauled the entire design, it looked a little bit better with those newer arms. But, I mean, nothing will be as good as the, first iteration of this creature. I know, I just love it, probably because it reminds me so much of those mechanical bugs from Galaga. But yeah, it's just a really, really cool design. It's at number 3. At number 2. At number 2 is Jugulator from the album Jugulator by Judas Priest. Just a really awesome, badass design for a character. I just wish that they didn't, that whoever was in charge of the actual, like, packaging, I wish they didn't zoom in so much on the actual artwork to the point where it's all pixelated. Also, something that I noticed that a lot of these releases, whether they be the CD versions or the vinyl versions, they vary in picture quality. Some you could really see the pixelation, and other times like it's very pixelated, but other times it's very blurry instead of very pixelated. So I don't know why. It's a weird thing that they zoomed in on it. Of course, the original artwork is this version, but I just love the design of the Jugulator, with the sort of sharpened talons. I love the overwhelming amount of spikes on the creature itself. He has spikes on the back, spikes on his legs, spikes on his shoulders, spikes on his head, and then the mouth area itself is really, really cool. With the sharp fangs and then the almost bug-like pinchers on the sides of his mouth. And of course the Ripper Owens era Judas Priest insignia on the head with the battle axe, which is also on the back here. But yeah, just a really amazing design for a creature. Yeah, that's at number 2. Alright, number 1. Number 1 is the Number of the Beast version of Eddie from the album The Number of the Beast by Iron Maiden. Now, there's so many amazing versions of Eddie, so many good ones. Oh, of course, so many bad ones as well. A few bad ones, but there's so many great ones. Hard to choose, but I had to choose my absolute favorite for an example of Eddie, which is the Number of the Beast Eddie, although Killer's Eddie comes very, very, very close. But it's just a really cool rendition of Eddie. And I love everything about this version. How he's sort of like 100-foot tall version of Eddie, sort of puppeteering the devil. Looks really, really cool. Any version of classic Eddie is absolutely amazing. Yeah, there's like later iterations of Eddie are really cool too, but like the classic Eddie of like 1980 to 1983-ish is probably my favorite sort of era of the versions of Eddie. But yeah, just a really awesome design, and it's at number 1. There we go. Alright, so that's it for this video. This was my top 10 favorite monsters / creatures on album art. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.